Okay guys, here's an update to my food plot. Last update was I think about a month ago, and it was here in Kansas. It had a lot of dry weather. We went quite a long time without some rain, so I was doing some spot watering just to try to nurse this thing along, but we've been getting just enough rain lately that things are starting to grow again. So just to kind of show you here. I got some biologic clover out there. I got some whitetail institute clover. Out in the middle is like a wildlife mix. I got all kinds of stuff growing up out there. The forage soybeans are looking good. This product around the side here, it's called Whitetail Jungle. It's screening, bedding. It's also got some food in it. Grows up to 10 feet tall, and it seems to be doing really well. We went around today and I put some triple 13 on it just to try to give it a little bit of a boost. If I had to do this all over again, I would have started a little bit earlier. I took one soil sample from the plot, which a plot this size, I'm guessing is close to 3 acres. I should have taken multiple soil samples to see where I'm at, but since I started so late in the growing season, I just kind of winged it. The stuff's growing okay, but I think if I would have taken a little bit more time in my preparation, this stuff would be doing a lot better. I mean, as you can see, it's up to about waist high there, but up here, I'm not sure what's in the soil, but you can see it's quite a bit taller. It's almost chest high up here. But this stuff's growing, it's growing pretty good. I'm thinking the triple 13 will really help it out. Of course, down here is about knee high in places. So obviously there's stuff in the soil in places that it likes a lot better. So I'm guessing I needed a little bit higher pH. So next year when I plant it, I'll definitely send in the soil sample. The kits that you buy just don't work very good. So I'd recommend taking a couple samples. 3 acres, I'd probably take 2 samples per acre, and you get them all tested individually and then mark them with flags out there. That way you kind of have a better idea. But as you can see, it's got different types of plants growing up in it. This stuff looks like corn, but I mean, it's got several different types. They grow different heights. Walking out here in the plot, there's just all kinds of stuff growing out here. The biologic is growing up good. There's chicories growing up good. And I planted that whitetail jungle all the way around here and comes all the way down here. And I'm getting deer out in the plot pretty much every night. And once that stuff gets tall, it will really screen it in. I think the deer will feel a lot more comfortable. But you can see there's places out here. That seed just did not go very far, and I spread it according to manufacturer's specs, and that clover seed's so small it just didn't take off like I think it should. And since there's places that are pretty bare like this, I also think it could be a nutrition factor that's not, the soil wasn't quite where it needed to be. So, but out here, like I said, I ran out of seed. There's a big kind of a bare spot out here, but I don't remember the mix. I'll have to look it up, but it was some type of wildlife mix, got a little bit of everything in it. And you can see these things are really growing well out here, and they seem like they excelled in the dry conditions. There's some sunflowers out here, and there were some peas out here too, but they kind of dried up. We had a lot of rain here in Kansas at once, and then we had a pretty good dry spell there. Of course, I am getting some grass growing back up through it, which is to be expected. I gotta do some research because I planted some alfalfa out here too, and I know they make a herbicide called Volunteer that kills grass and stuff, but it won't hurt the clover. And I probably don't want to take that chance since I got some alfalfa out here. But I am getting quite a bit of grass over here in these Eagle forage soybeans, but they are Roundup ready. So here in the next week or so, once it dries up a little bit again, we're getting some drizzle today. It's supposed to have rain over the next couple of days, but I'll get out here, and you can see these beans are, you can see they're growing up, getting quite a bit of grass in it. But since they are Roundup ready, I can just bring the tractor out here and I can spray all this. It'll kill the grass off and leave. You know, here's quite a bit of grass over here. Over there, there's a lot of grass, but again, the seed was thin out there. So I'll come in here and spray these beans and kill this grass off. And we've been getting deer about every night out here. Now I did come through and mow all this. This was the existing clover. And I mowed this down, I sprayed it with a grass killer. And we got like rain 1 or 2 days right after that. Then it was dry for about a month. So the clover was looking kind of wilted, but it's bouncing back. Like I said, we've gotten a little bit of rain and it's starting to bounce back. But you can see where the grass has died. And that was Wicked Whitetails made a, I think it was called Terminator. It makes a grass killer you can spray on your clover. So it took a little bit of time, but it did do the job. So a little bit of fertilizer maybe on this clover here would help out. I like I said, I spread triple 13 today. I put some of it on these beans here, but mainly I went around the edges of the plot. So that's where we're at. The plot's been out here. I have to check the dates, but it's probably been 6 weeks, maybe 8 weeks, something like that. And I'm still learning as I go. It's been a lot of fun. Getting the tractor out here, and I'm slowly getting implements. One thing I would do different is I really need to get a cultipacker. I use a drag on this, and a cultipacker would have worked a lot better. There's places where the seed was drug away and there wasn't near as much growth. So in the future, I'm thinking a cultipacker and a 6-foot rear tine tiller for the tractor, and then eventually maybe a spreader that hooks up to the tractor, and I should be set. Eventually I'd like to get in this and start maybe a little small business. I just enjoy, you know, burning the ground down, starting with nothing and growing something and feeding these deer. It's just, to me, it's a lot of fun. A lot of people think that you just need to, well, just throw some beans out there on the ground. You don't need to feed them, but it's more than just, to me, it's more than just throwing stuff on the ground. I mean, a lot of these deer up here we probably won't even hunt. They're going to be, it's kind of like a sanctuary here for them. I mean, don't get me wrong, if I get a nice buck on camera, I will set up some ground blinds on the edges, but the way my property's set up here is all this timber here drops off down into a bottom, and there's really no good trees to get a stand into. And also the deer just bed right over the side here. So we used to have a 4-wheeler trail along all through here in this field, and I had to put a halt to that. But next year I'm gonna just keep making my property better and better. These chestnut trees here, and I need to get out here, and you can see over there the weeds are overtaken, so I need to get out here and do some weed control. And it does take a lot of maintenance on these plots. I mean, the first year I just did some throw and grow, and then I found out that it was mainly ryegrass and not one of the deer's top 5. So got a couple oak trees out here, and we're just slowly trying to make it better and better. And all around me, all they do is beans. Every year, beans, beans, beans. So hopefully once those beans are gone, about a week to 10 days after that, they really hit those fields hard, and then there's nothing. So last year during the rut, we had some really good deer up here in this field, and this year there's a ton more food. So we'll see what happens. I'm going to get that other biologic over here in this field here. It's a Maxim, get that planted this fall, and we'll see what happens. So I appreciate you tuning into my channel and following this progress as it goes. And I'm always open to constructive criticism. If you see something that you think I could do better, please comment below, and if I can answer any questions, just leave me a comment and I'll get back to you. All right, you guys have a good day.